right, guys. I got our first guest of the night right now, and you guys might recognize him for a couple episodes ago from Lion Fights. We got no other than Brad Machine Gun Mountain back on Pure Evil MMA, taking a little break from the gym right now. We were able to catch him. He's got a fight coming up this Saturday night at the Hamburg Field, 400 Pine Street, Hamburg, PA. If you're in the area, you should definitely go check him out. Always putting on an exciting fight. What's going on, Brad?
Nothing much. Just get ready to finish this last test. I have to finish my physical, and I'm going to go in there and do my first workout of the day.
So listen, man, before we even start talking about your fights, I always like talking about you with what's going on at home. You're excited to talk with on social media. Do you talk with all your followers and stuff? And I saw that you got a new little puppy, a new little mountain to the team.
Yeah, that was a quick thing. So I used to rescue dogs. My family used to back home, and animals have always been a big part of my life, and the same with Nikki's too. So her friend came across Rottweiler German Shepherd puppies. They were rescuing themselves, and they had no home to go to. So in a matter of like 30 minutes, we decided we're going to take a dog.
Dude, you're lucky, because my girlfriend, we just got a new dog, like I was just telling you. My girlfriend didn't even tell me. Like, she was just like, yeah, I got a new dog. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, well, because we've been having this talk. I was like, should we get one now? Because I'm training so much. I'm doing so much. But it's kind of slowing down now, and it's getting a little better to where I can work my schedule a little bit better. And but I was like, man, this dog it's only, I think, 9 weeks old, and it's only spent its time outside hiding under stuff.
Ooh, this time it's brutal.
Yeah, it has worms, has all that stuff, and I was like, you know what? This is it. Like, let's give this dog a good. So it's like having a small child, though. It kept me up all night.
Well, last time you were on the show, we were talking about, because you got your nephew, I believe, right? He's always with you.
Yeah, he's always with me.
So at least you got someone to help take care of him. We were talking about, maybe having a kid sometime soon. You weren't too down with that. So at least this can, hold that off for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about having that kid thing too. My wedding comes up it's on April 11th. So, I mean, that's what, 10 or 11 weeks.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. Then after that, we decided that we're probably going to have kids here, in a year or so after. I'm not getting any younger, and neither is she. She looks better than me, but she's as old as me.
So listen, man, another thing that I saw you talking about was this walkout song, and a lot of my listeners know the way we ended our last interview was talking about maybe getting you to do like a Machine Gun Kelly song or something. What's going on with your walkout song? You need help with that, or what's going on really?
So this is like I don't know if you've ever heard of E-Town Concrete, but they're like, I don't know, a heavier version of like Rage Against the Machine. So they're like New York style, tough guy, hardcore with rap. So but he sings about like when nobody gave him a chance. And now look, like just pretty much like, F you, here I am for every one of you guys. Here it is, and I'm going to do it for you just so you remember me type thing. Because now it's getting to be kind of funny. Now that I made it to Lion Fights and everything, now all those naysayers, now they want to be friends.
Yep.
And I don't like to be ugly, so I, talk to him and everything. But in the back of my mind, I think to myself, like, remember all those years ago? You're like, oh, no. Now I just am like, I told you so. So it's kind of a good feeling.
Yep. Well, what's going on with this song? What do you need help with? I saw you said you needed somebody to edit it. Were you able to fix that?
I mean, it dropped some pretty obvious F-bombs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Mr. Saab from the PA Commission, nothing wrong with him. He just, if you have, sometimes if you have a curse word in that song, he'll write you like a little suspension.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's nothing against it. I mean, there's a lot of kids there, so we have to play by the rules, and we already know the rules. So all those guys that throw a hissy fit about it, get over it, dude. You know the rules.
Well, I still want you to walk out to Machine Gun Kelly sometime soon. What's going on, Brad, though? Are you sticking with Muay Thai right now? Are you going to do, mix it up still? Or are you just sticking with Muay Thai? This is what I want to do. This is where I'm heading.
I'll really fight anything. It's just I took stupid mistakes, stupid fights early in my career as a professional MMA fighter. And I was fighting, predominantly being a stand-up guy. I was fighting all these stud wrestlers, and they were beating me, of course, and I'm 3-6 as a professional MMA fighter, and I have a way better Muay Thai record. But I think before I eventually fully retire, I'm gonna even out my MMA record, and yeah, that's just my goal. That's one of my goals. But for right now, it's Muay Thai and kickboxing is just where I'm at.
Well, I was actually at your last fight for Lion Fights, and I was ringside for that. That was a brutal fight. You fought, what's his name, from New York?
Brett Havlicek.
Yeah, yep, Brett, who's an awesome guy. You two even got along. You were supposed to go get tattoos afterwards, and that's what I love about Muay Thai. When it comes to MMA and Muay Thai, there's one thing that I really have respect for is the mutual respect that both fighters have. I just interviewed Jermaine Durandamy, who's going to be fighting Holly Holm for UFC 208, and she's not a girl that likes talking, and neither is Holly. So it's almost like a Muay Thai fight in that respect. And people argue against it, like, oh, these people, they don't talk shit, they don't do this, they don't do that. But they put on one hell of a fight when they step in there, and then they have that mutual respect afterwards. Now, you got an opponent coming up, and do you know him? Have you ever seen him fight before?
So the weird part about it is he literally lives, their gym is probably 15 minutes away from my house.
His name's Samlullah Ahmady. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah, he's out of STB, which is Sipinong Thai Boxing. I know he fought one of the guys. He actually fought Scott Noble, who's fighting on Lion Fights here soon. Me and Scott were supposed to match up a bunch of times, and then I got called to Lion Fights, and then our fight got off, and then he fought Samullah. So he's tough. I know that much. He's not afraid to throw, and he's not afraid to stand there, and he's strong. I mean, I have never won against him, but looking at his physique and his pictures and the other people I've talked to, they say he's strong. I've seen a couple bag work videos of him. Solid foundation. I mean, he's not somebody that I want to sleep on and go out there and get real lackadaisical. We don't know if he's coming out Southpaw conventional. He fights both ways. So my whole camp has been back and forth. Am I doing this? Am I going here? I faced an injury early off in my fight camp, and I had to work through that. So it's all leading up to a pretty exciting day now.
So I know that you've been working on your striking a lot. Is that one thing that you've been practically really pushing for, is to get that striking a little cleaner, or have you been trying to get a little more well-rounded? Because we all know that you're a beast when it comes to those haymakers and striking, but now you look a lot faster and a lot more accurate. Is that one thing that you've been really focusing on, training with who's it, Coach Rob over at Keezy and MMA?
Yeah, so I have managed to get through my career with just being tough and going blow for blow with people, and I like to match power for power. So, but we realized that I take a lot of damage on both ends. I left the last fight with about 8 staples and like 20 stitches, and I'm getting a little bit tired of this. So, yeah. I came from that boxing style originally, and now I'm going back to setting it up more. If you look at my fights before Brett, a lot of my fights were throwing a lot of hands. But Brett shut me down. So I had to go to another game plan with him. So now I've been working those angles to where I don't get shut down.
That was a violent fight. I had my girlfriend with me, man, and she was like, holy, like, you guys were really giving it to one another. I was right there. So it was like, you'd get hit and then bust them back with something. It was like that the whole way, man. It was an exciting one.
Yeah, that one was a little heavier than I wanted to fight, so this one's back in my weight class.
That's right. Yep. You were telling me.
So we're gonna see the difference. I got about 9 or 10 pounds left to finish cutting. Total, this cut will be about 33 pounds. Yeah,
Wow.
so I was walking big. I was fighting that weight class. I was fighting just whatever I could do. And my coaches got in my ass. My dad got in my ass the worst. And I just hate when my dad does it, And
Yeah.
my dad says there's a difference between fighting at a comfortable weight, because I fought 155 before, but I literally killed myself to make it. Like, I made weight, and if I didn't finish in the first 3 minutes, I wasn't worth anything.
Yeah.
Um, so 70, 75 is where I want to
Just
be, but
diminishes you, right?
yeah, it was horrendous. And I was doing it wrong. I was like starving myself, doing everything. I was just full of piss and vinegar and young as shit. So
Yeah.
um, now we're on. Nikki cooks my diet. She has to hide stuff from me. I mean, I'm a fat kid at heart. I'm a fat kid at heart too. So that's it. I mean, I feel good. If you watch that video I posted yesterday, I mean, we did an hour straight like that, and I'm able to keep going. So it's nice to be back at that. I don't feel sluggish. Everything is just crisp move. I'm moving here, and I just mentally feel better.
That's a huge part for every fighter is where they're at mentally. Of course, you can train as hard as you can, but it all comes down to where you are mentally. And you posted, I think it was like yesterday or 2 days ago, that this fight camp has been perfect for you.
Yeah, I mean, everything about it is just there. My team has all come together as they always do. It just seemed to be that my coaches, they also fight too. And we were all in camp together. So we were all building each other up. We all went through the same thing. My Sensei Najim, he got a little bit injured, so he had to pull out of his fight, but he's still here every day on me like this. Sensei Nima, I literally he'll just hold pads for me all day and crack it, and without even complaining. So, and then of course Rob, he's always there. He's the number one guy. When I ask him for something, he's always there too. So everything's just good. I mean, I couldn't going into this fight. I hurt my groin a couple of weeks ago. We thought I was gonna pull out, and went to the doctor, got some shots, and boom, out of nowhere, it fixed good up. So I can say that going into this camp, that I can't blame anything on my performance of it wasn't a good fight camp. It wasn't this. I'm never one to make up those kind of excuses, Of course, my game plan is to go out there, push the pressure as I always do, fight my hardest, and come home with that victory. May it be knockout, may it be TKO, however it is. That isn't in my hands right now. But push come to shove, if it isn't my night, I can't say that it was because, I had a bad camp and all this and that. I lost because it was his day. And I see a lot of guys, they have fights coming up, and they always seem to make these excuses of, this and that. Listen, we're in the business of one person has to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So just deal with it, move on to the next one.
Yeah, it's tough in this sport, man. It's not like football. It's not like baseball. At the beginning of the year, you don't get a 0-0 record again. It's a tough sport. Every fight counts. And like you said, somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. Before we end this interview today, Brad, there's one question I got to ask you. Of course, your last fight was with Lion Fights and Antonina Shevchenko, who also fights along with Lion Fights. Her sister, Valentina Shevchenko, is going to be fighting this weekend against Juliana Pena. What do you think about this fight? What do you think is going to happen? This is a big one for her.
I mean, of course, I'm always a fan of her sister too, because they all come from the same style. I like their style of just being smooth. It's like a smooth aggressive in a way. that's what I kind of like a little bit more about that style of striking coming from the kickboxing and the Muay Thai. It's smooth. It's never really forced.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. I like to see that kind of movement. That's like when Cody fought Dominic. All his punches were never really pushed, and that's what I like. And that's what I figure we're going to see in this fight is a lot of crisp shots, nice combos, a lot of peeling out, boom, 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 make her come in, cracker. I think we're going to see a pretty good striking display going on.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for it. That's going to be going down this Saturday night, and this Saturday, or January 28th at the Hamburg Field, they're going to be fighting. And if you guys want to get tickets, if you're listening right now, want to get tickets, it's only $50. You can get ringside seats. Brad, any of my, I got a lot of people in PA that listen to the show. How do they get tickets if, they want to attend?
USKA has them on their website. They can contact me on social media if they want. It's just Brad Mountain on Facebook, or my fan page is the same thing. We can meet up. We can do whatever. I can send them to you. However it has to happen. It would just be nice to have a pretty good support stable up there when I go out to fight.
Well, I saw like a bunch of your friends and family and stuff. They're getting like a big van to come out to see you, and it's tough. I've been advocating for this for a while now. At even professionals, they have to sell tickets sometimes, and it's a tough thing to worry about your training camp. You got to worry about this. You got to worry about that. You got to worry about tickets. You got to worry about traveling. And it's always nice to see that support. So I love seeing, people coming in van loads to come see you. If you guys want to get tickets, get a hold of Brad. He's got them for you, like you just said. Ringside tickets are only $50. The fight's going to be starting at 7 p.m. I can't wait for this weekend, Brad. My last question to you, how far do you got to travel to get to Hamburger Field?
It's about like 2 hours and 40 minutes. So Matt Coleman is heading up. I fought Matt Coleman.
I was about to say, you fought Matt.
Yeah, so Matt's actually cornering me for my fight.
Nice.
So he's coming up. We're finishing my cut Thursday, and then hopefully, if all works out, we're on weight Thursday night. I sleep, maybe float a pound or two overnight, and then we head up a little bit early on Friday and just chill. It's about 2 hours and 40 minutes.
You sound excited for this. You sound motivated, and that's a scary thing when you hear Brad Mountain this motivated, guys. And things seem to be working out very well for you, Brad. You got your head in the right place. You know what we like to do at this point in the episode here on Pure Evil MMA. I hand the imaginary microphone over to you. If you have anything you want to say, anything I missed, anything you want to shout out there, anything to your opponent, anything at all, especially your social media tags, the floor is all yours now, Brad.
Yeah, I'd like to send out some thanks to my sponsors, Top 10 Canada, Icon Signs, Twisted Motion, Terror Under the Bridge, and just thank everybody that's been there for me. And that's about it, man. We're just going to go in and we're going to have fun, and I wish nothing but the best for my opponent. I hope he has a great weight cut. I hope everything is good for him, and I hope both of us come out with no injuries.
Yeah, man.
Up to the stars.